When you talk about the gender issue is a very large one in Nigeria. Not only Nigeria and Africa, but I have to be specific about Nigeria because the voice are not being heard, and climate change actually deals terribly with the young women in Nigeria. Women in Nigeria, because if you look at it, the women in Nigeria are mostly the breadwinners in the average family. And Nigeria is a country that's still on less than $2 a day. And you're talking about low-scale farmers. And if, for instance, in Nigeria we have the flooding that wiped 15 states. Nigeria is made up of 37 states. This flooding wipes 15 states. And when you're talking about a flooding that wipes 15 states, the women are the ones that are majorly affected because the farms have been lost, the houses have been lost, they cater for the children with this low-scale farming. And if this thing is not there to put food on the tables, what's going to happen? The children is going to die of hunger and so on. They're lowly represented. That's why young women like us have this opportunity to come here, want to speak for other women in Nigeria. The gender problem, gender issue should be something that should be looked upon. Not only in climate change, also in decision making, also in politics. The women are lowly represented.
I mean, how can you go about changing that? Presumably the women involved, the women affected by these climate change issues, the droughts and the flooding, they're well aware of their situation. They know what the problems are. How do you go about giving them a voice after generations of these women not having a voice?
That is where the government has to come into. You come here and you want to go back and you want to influence what you've learned here, you have to partner with the government. It also has to do with the government. There have to be something like a social inclusion. There have to be like policies from the government. They have to introduce these women back into the process of climate change and adaptation process and so on. So you should be talking about the government when you're going towards this issue.
I mean, are you going out into communities, into rural communities in Nigeria, talking to young people? I mean, do they want to talk? I mean, is there a frustration there that they're not being able to talk?
They want to talk, but who's going to listen? They want to talk. Who's going to listen? Okay, and if the government listens, who's going to take the actions forward? That is just it. If the government listens, nobody takes the action forward. You see, it also boils down to, you're talking about corruption here, you're talking about, it's quite complex when you're talking about gender, but in total, the gender issue should be something that will be looked upon because there is high inequality when it comes to gender in Nigeria.
I mean, I've spoken to several women this morning on Gender Day from Indonesia, Pakistan, other countries around the world, all have a similar message. I mean, how does it help you being here from Nigeria, being here at this international forum, listening to women, talking to women with similar problems?
Yeah, number one is that I'm happy. I'm happy that people like us are coming out to say something first. I'm also happy that we're also having the same experience. And if you're having the same experience, you're talking, is part of a solution too. You're gaining experience from each other, you're networking, you're trying to learn better ways to go back to your community, to go back to your country, and to impact what you've learned. So it's a kind of, like I'll say, a good experience for me. Is a kind of a better one for me to network more with other women. And I'm not lost, because I'm not the only one. My country is not the only one that's going through this. Other countries are also going through this, and I'm also learning from other women all over the world.
Okay, I mean, are you generally hopeful about the future? I mean, coming to these conferences, are you hopeful that women's voices will be heard in Nigeria and elsewhere? Or do you think, the men will generally, yes, of course we'll listen, but then things will carry on as before?
It's both. I'm also pessimistic, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic because I'm a youth. Tomorrow is my turn and I'll do something possible. But for now, no, nothing is going on. Nothing is going on. Nothing is going on. It's still the same talk. It's still the same talk. I'm pessimistic for now.